Hey guys, are you? It's all right. There's only a few in. I did have a dentist. I did mention it yesterday, but I think I did say I'd jump on when I can do. So here I am anyway. Sorry about that. I just have a couple of messages saying, "Where are you?" Okay, let me have a look here. Ooh, I like this. Let me have a look.
Order submitted. Order filled.
I like this. That looks to me like a hidden second entry short, which is triggered. I'll have a chat just in a second. Let me just see if I can get something out of this. Let's have a look. Boom.
Stop filled.
Okay. Jump right in. Yeah. Now it might keep going down. We're in quite a strong downtrend, but I only wanted to take it to the lows. So let's have a look. What was it? Let's have a look. 3. What was it? 2, 3. 0.5. Was that it? It was a bit more than that. Okay. Oh no, 2 points. 2 points. Okay, I can live with that. That's 2 points. Entry short plus 2 points. There we go. To be honest with you, that trend was working beautifully down there. And what we usually do is most of you know we'll go sideways, then we'll pop out the top. Beautiful bearish bar, finished on its low. To me, there was a new low. That was a hidden second entry short, exactly where I like it. And I just wanted to take it just to the lows, and I got a couple of points, just broke these lows. So, okay, straight in there. So happy days. And it is trending nicely. Touch, 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 touch. You can't argue with that. That's a beautiful trend there. So, excuse me a second, I'll have a chat. And we got in 8 so far, not many. Yeah, I did mention yesterday that that I had a dentist appointment today, so I wouldn't set a stream, but if I get back at a reasonable time, I'll just jump up and start one. So who we got in the Runwolf? How you doing? How's everything with you today? I'm not too bad at all, thanks, mate. Salvatore. Perfect day for a dentist appointment. Horrible PA. Yeah. I got to say, that's the most uncomfortable injection I've ever had in the dentist room. And I just needed a root canal. I had a painful tooth, so there you go. But yeah, I did have a couple of messages earlier saying, "Where are you?" And I mentioned that I was at the dentist. I'd just literally come out and they said you didn't miss much. So happy days. Tyler, how you doing? So what are you changing this? Go start that one again. So what are you changing this go round, my guy? Am I reading that right? So what are you changing this go round, my guy? Is this cryptic? Is it? Because I don't know what you're saying, mate. You have to explain that a bit more, mate. I'm not sure what you're on about, Tyler. Don't forget, I'm British. We're not as sharp as you Americans. Yeah, you got to be a bit clearer. What? Yeah, exactly. Same Salvatore doesn't know what you're on about. Nick, he means with these evals, are you changing strategy? Okay. Not really changing any strategy. Are you on about what trade I did there? Okay. The reason I took that trade is, to me, that's a beauty. We've got a beautiful trend down there. We had a little bit of a break. Okay. So a little bit of sideways. And if you look, every time we have these and they go sideways, sooner or later, they'll hit the EMA in a really nice way and drop. And that one, we had a new low there. For me, that was a hidden second entry short. Beautiful bar, finished exactly where I like it. On its short, on its low, for me, that was going to break the lows, absolutely. and I took a couple of quick points out of that. I'm not a fan of jumping straight in the markets, but this looked really good. I was looking at this 2 minutes before I started streaming. Changing strat or your chart layouts. I see no P&L anymore. All it is, mate, is I can get it out for you if you want, is I just moved it out the way to see more of the screen. Let me have a look. Chart trader. There you go. Well, first of all, I removed these because I wasn't this one and this one because I wasn't trading on a. I wasn't trading on. What's the word I'm looking for? A trade copy at the moment. No, not that trade. I'm talking about psychology. Okay, I had a good think over the weekend, and I had a chat. I had a chat with a couple of guys. You know you are. See, for me, is my trading isn't the problem. I think my trading's good enough to make money. The problem is my psychology, and that's the same for everyone. Psychology is always the tough part. Let me just get this lag down. Psychology is always the. Where's the time? Psychology. Where's the sync? Sync. There we go. Psychology is always the issue. Yeah. Now, for me, I've been trading now. This style will be 2 years in June. So I've been doing it long enough, and I've put enough hours and time in it to be able to make money. But obviously, it's the psychological side, the tough bit. And I've been paying into this. It's cost me around about $7,500 that I've been putting into Apex. And I've had about 3,000 back. And it's just frustrating putting money in. And so what I've decided to do, just for a couple of months, is get an evaluation up to PA level, trade for 10 days, and as long as I've got above $2,600, I'm going to withdraw 2,000. Now, that will start bringing some money in, and I will feel a little bit, it's like I'm just not give all the time. Now, you may say, well, you're only going to have 600 left. That's if it's exactly 2,600 within 10 days. It may be a bit more. But I can always reduce the contract size or some micros. Now, also, when I manage to get this evaluation to PA level, I will start another evaluation. So I've always got another evaluation starting between 7 and 10 days behind. So when I've reached on the first PA, when I've reached above 2,610 days, I'll stop trading that one until I've been paid. And then I'll reduce the contract size and continue to see if I can build that. And then hopefully by that time, the next evaluation will be at PA level and I can do the same. It's just a way of trying to get something out of it. So I'm aiming for smaller targets, because we all work out if we've got 10, we've probably all done it, 10 accounts, $2,000 off each account, $20,000. We all have these great big plans of making money, and I'm just trying to go on smaller scale and get some money coming in so I can reinvest it, so I won't be frustrated and feel like it's constant give. I just hate seeing you with these PAs and losing them so quickly. Thanks, Tyler. I appreciate that, mate. Yeah, I know what you mean. Do you know what a lot of the problem is for me is when I trade outside normal streaming hours? I've only ever blown one account live on stream in the 4 months I've been streaming. So I tend to work a lot more sensibly, but I am aware every time I blow something that this money's clocking up. So I just want to get a couple of months of $2,000 per month in. At least that way, I'm earning something and I'm getting up to PA level where I'm hitting the minimum target to withdraw. So once I've done that for a couple of months, then I'll start maybe doing 2 and trying to build them. Maybe I'll withdraw 1 every month and build another one. I just want to try and get some money coming in, because it is frustrating when it's just give. You know what I mean? So just looking at this here, push down, 1 push up, another push. Almost like a triple test, this, isn't it? So sorry, Toad. Hi, Lance. Nice job. Thank you, my friend. Thanks. Right, who have we got in anyway? Let's have a look. Who haven't we said hello to? Salvatore. We have, yeah. What? He was as confused as I was. Nick, he means, yeah, we've been there, haven't we? Let's have a look. Change the strat, change the strat, change the strat. So, you know, yeah, sorry, mate. I deleted it earlier. I deleted the two. It's because I wasn't. My goal for the rest of the year is to never blow an account in a single day. See, now that would be a big but with me. Mine would be to never blow an account within the first 15 minutes. If I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose for the right reasons. I tell you what, that is one of the sensible things I've heard for a long time. If I'm going to lose an account, it's going to be for the right reasons. In other words, maybe lack of experience or just taking poor trades as opposed to the frustration side. Yeah, it does end tonight. Yeah. In fact, I got a message. Let me see if I don't know if I deleted it or not. I got a mess. Sorry, let me just get rid of it. I got a message from strange message. Well, it was almost like a warning. Let me have a look. I think I've deleted it. It just said it's definitely ending. Hold on a minute. Have I deleted it? No, I haven't. Oh yeah, yeah. Apex. Here we go. I'll tell you what. I'll show you. Yeah, it's just headed. If you see there, see where it says Apex on the left. No extensions. Ends tomorrow. So yeah, ends tonight. I don't know why they do it, to be honest with you. I don't know why they don't just set it all 80% off and let people have a free-for-all. I know how many kickbacks I get from this code. I know the difference when it's on 80%, and I know the difference when it's on its standard 50%, and it's tenfold. So I can see them extending it. Maybe not extending it now, but I can see them having another one pretty soon. It's just, I don't know why they've even sent that. I know it's not ending, but no extensions. It's almost like it's a threat, isn't it? I haven't had anything back about the trade copy either, so I'm got a bit fed up. So I reached out to Replicanto. Have I got that there? Oh, same day, isn't it? Yeah. I reached out to Replicanto and said I've had some issues with the trade copier. I said, is yours any different? In what way? Blah, blah, blah. And they sent me a nice message back, actually, and they're giving me a copy of it to use. And they're also going to give me a 10% off for anyone that wants to use it. So I'll drop that code when I pick it up or something. But what I will say is if it's crap, I won't recommend it, because I'm not recommending something I think that's junk. That's why I recommend Mac System, because I think it's great. It's almost like a triple test, that, isn't it? But yeah, I'm going to give it a go. A few people have said they prefer it, and I just like the way that they support it. But Apex don't. Apex haven't been forthwith, really. They've taken a while. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Apex as a prop firm. I think they're spot on. No issues there. But they do openly say they don't support it, and I think that's wrong. If you charge someone $150 and sell them something, I think they need to back it up, or at least. But I've noticed they told me to watch the videos, and I've watched them all multiple times, and it leaves out vital things that cause people to blow accounts, and I think it's frustrating. I think they need to be a little bit more open and clear about it, and just say, caution that this can happen, that can happen. All they say is if an account doesn't close, right click close all. But what they don't tell you, and I haven't seen, is sometimes when you bring a sell stop round, if something doesn't trigger, it could turn into a buy order. Nowhere in a video can I see that, and that frustrates me. So they're going to give me a copy to use, Replicanto, and I'm going to try that. And they'll also give me a discount with it. So if anybody wants to use it, then obviously you can use that, but I'm not going to, I won't, what I'm saying is let me use it for, I mean, you might want to use it yourself, that's fine, but I'm not going to recommend it until I've used it and I know it's different from the Apex one. But what I do like the fact is that they support it and they update it regular. So there you go. So what have I missed? Let's have a look. It happened to me. Destroy some P accounts, but I still got 2 from each account before I messed up. No one will be an Easter sale. No, now there will be an Easter sale. Oh, absolutely. They won't let something like Easter. And I'm allowed to ask if you guys have Good Friday and Easter Monday, don't you? The same as us. We have bank holidays. I don't know. I'm just wondering whether whether there's trading. Sometimes I tend to feel you guys have all the same holidays, but you don't, do you? Let's have a look. So those withdrawals help me to build this business. So what have I missed? It happened to me. It accounts when I still got. Yeah, Harjit. Yeah. I kind of like the idea of getting some money back before I invest some more. I don't think it's an unreasonable thing. Someone said to me, I got a message from a guy who said, no, I think you should get your $50,000, build it up to $100,000 and then trade that. And I'm thinking that's going to take me about 1.5 years. That's if I can manage to do it. I want something back before I put more in, if that makes sense. But sometimes when it's give, it's a bit heartbreaking. But I've given myself a target of obviously a minimum of 10 days. Once I've traded over 10 days, as soon as I hit over 2,600, I'm going to withdraw $2,000 and I'm going to temporarily not trade the account until it's confirmed. Now, by the time I hit that target, I should have another evaluation passing a PA so I can constantly continue to trade one. So I'm always trading something. And then when I can get a couple of payments out of it, then I'll maybe up to maybe 3, something like that. That's what I do. I think it's a sensible idea, but it is important to get something. When it's all give, every time you get a bit stressed, it's constantly in your mind how much it's cost you. And I think if you can get rid of that, I think if I get about $6,000 back, I've more than covered what I'd give to Apex. And I will feel a bit better. In fact, not even that much, maybe $5,000. So that's what I'm going to do for the next couple of months. But I will, obviously, when this one passes and turns to a PA, then I'll start another evaluation, and I'll constantly sort of have one in the background. But I just want to get some money out of it. And I think it's a lot easier target, thinking all I've got to get to is over 10 days and $2,600. The trouble is we have such these big targets in our head. If I get up to 10,000, then I'll take this. If I get it up to 15,000, I'll go up to 3. We have all these big figures and big targets in our head, and I want to just target something a little bit lower so I can get some sort of a sense of achievement, like I've actually earned something for it, because I felt so good when I took that $2,000. So I just want to concentrate on that for the next couple of months. So there's a bit of a gap here to notice that. So, yeah, true. That's what I do. You can easily give it all back. Absolutely. Exactly. Exactly. But it'd just be nice to be able to say, just Apex have had so much of my money and I really want some of it back. So that's the thing. Let's have a look. Rather try something different. Hate the Apex toolkit. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean, bud. Rather than something different. Where I feel like hey, Jack. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really want to say anything negative so much about Apex, but sometimes, yeah, it does feel like because the first time it happened to me, I got a message saying we don't support it, but just watch the videos. And I rewatched the videos, and nowhere did it say that if one doesn't trigger and it's sat there and you bring your stop, say, down here and pick up some profit and it hits your stop, it turns into a buy order. Nowhere does it say And unless they tell you, or unless there's some form of instruction book with it, you're not going to know. And I think that's a little, I'm not saying they do it on purpose, hint, hint, but it is, I think sometimes if there's something that can happen, then they need to be open with it. You don't sell someone a washing machine, do you? And so, by the way, it might not work for or it won't work on Sundays or something like this. Probably not the best, probably not the best comparison, but yeah. So I thought I'll message Replicanta, and I said I'm a bit fed up with Apex. Can I have a copy of it to try? And if I like it, I'll recommend it. I've got no issues with recommending stuff. So they went, yeah, absolutely. But I did say, if I like it, I'll recommend it. Because obviously, occasionally people do ask. But I think if you're selling software, you need to support it and you need to update it. Because obviously, you buy an Apple phone. I got an iPhone, and you constantly have updates, don't you? Because nothing's perfect, and issues are going to come along. So there we go. Let's have a look. This is only maybe. Don't pay too much attention to it. Okay, so we've had this nice trend down here. We've had a break. I thought that was a nice bar, that one. For me, that was a no-brainer. Hidden second entry short. Loved where it was. As bearish as you can get. And it does that a lot. It'll go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Beautiful bearish bar right at the top, sitting right under there. And that's the way down for me. And I got 2 points out of that. I didn't want to go too far, just in case it does, it pops out. What did it go down? Hold on a minute. I thought I got 2 points out of it. What did I get out of it? 1.5. Sorry, 1.5. So is that all it went? 2 points. It kind of looks like more than that. Yeah, just hit 2.25. Yeah, I think I got out. Yeah, I'm trying to be aware sometimes. Now, I took a trade, I think it was yesterday. It was a lower high, and Mac marked it as well. And I ended up losing a point purely and simply because it made about 2.5 points. Second entry long there. I kind of like that.
Order submitted.
That's actually played out, that has. Let's see if we can see how it finishes.
Order filled.
We've had one leg. Let's see if we can make a second leg, but I'm not going to be greedy. I think there'll be some shorts there. In fact, I'm going to put that there. Hopefully, it might pop through and take out a couple of shorts. How many am I getting there? 6, 7, 8, 9, 2.75. Or am I going to get trapped with a failure? Push up. Hold on. I'm going to leave that at break even just in case I might get trapped. If it breaks above there, I think I'm good.
Stop filled.
Right, okay. I got out that break even. Let's have a look. Ooh, is it going to go up? Yeah, I could have done, which is why I got out of break even. Well, the reason I'm doing it is because we've had this big push up, then we've had this push down, and there's a bit of congestion around here, and it's sort of bounced there, and it's come out and bounced a couple of times. I think it's pushing up, personally. Yeah, I think that was okay. That was. It's actually played out, this. Okay, I got that break even. I'm happy with that. Let me see why. Look here, see? There's a lot of congestion around there. So that would be a natural place for it to bounce. And it came out, went down strongly, but bounced 4 or 5 times there and then pushed up strongly. So that would tell me we're pushing back up. Hence, I took that trade. And I thought the trade was a good trade. It's a second entry long, right off the entry point. A bit of a spike in channel, I think, but a bit of a breakout. How far did it go? But I think that's okay. Actually, it's a bit lower than that, isn't it? About there. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's comfortably done for. Sorry, 2 points. I think that was a good trade. That. Possibly going to make a measured leg, which would be no. There, yeah. The reason I like that, and I'll say it again, is we had this big strong push up, a little bit of sideways, a push down, breaking a new low, and you see how it went down really strong there. It bounced 1, 2, 3, 4. It bounced 5 times right around there and pushed up strongly. So for me, I think that's likely to reverse. And it has done 1 leg up. I think this is going to come to here, maybe at least up here. We'll see. But I think second entry long, as this has played out, we can. Yeah, I think that. I love the bar. Really nice, strong bar. That was a no-brainer for me. Well, I say a no-brainer. I had a little bit of doubt when this came back down, but sometimes you're just going to have confidence in your trades. That will make a measured leg. That will. Okay, so it's gone up 2.5 points. See what happens. Yeah, it's just the way it bounced a bunch of times there. Now, if we're going to continue down, I thought that would have pushed down some more, maybe. It's pushed up strongly. I tend to look a lot more at this areas where they've bounced before. And it's bounced once, it's closed, it's broke below it. As soon as it broke below there, bam, pushed up really strongly. So that's definitely an area where there's support. And look what's happened. Nothing closed below that line. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Everything closed, and then we had a really strong push up. That to me is a bit of a reversal. I got out break even as well. I got no problems with that. Just the way it came around, I just thought, ooh, is that a possible? What's it? It's just the doubt on my behalf. Actually, I need to start being confident with my own trades. But if you're lucky, it bounced. It bounced. That's something that's bouncing, isn't it? Yeah. So it came down, bounced 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wham, straight up. Came back. It closed. It came back to the EMA, pushed strong again, strung up. I'll put a tick there, but came out break even, I'll say. In fact, that may be. In fact, no, I think that's probably still a bit of a spike in channel, isn't it? Sometimes it's easier to do the tops, isn't it? Let's have a look. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is going to push up. I certainly think we'll make a measured leg. I'm confident of that. Yeah, because that's technically played out, isn't it? It's just the way it bounced 5 or 6 times there. and nothing closed below that line. And funny enough, if you look left, we had the same here. It did close below there, that bar, but what happened then? Load of buyers straight back up like a rocket. I mean, that went up, what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 12, 13 points really quickly. In fact, there, even gapped, it went up that quick. So let me have a look at this. If we can get another second entry from here, I'll have that one. Have you ever tried trading NQ? I haven't, mate. Someone else said that. Do you know, I thought it may be feasible to trade both at once, have sort of two charts. At least that way you got two chances of having a trade of you. I don't know. But I got to say, sometimes my eyes are that glued to one. It's part of the reason why I moved to here from trading currency, because I'm looking at one chart now instead of about 15 of them. See, there'd be no reason for this to come lower, because technically we had the break. I mean, that is a clear break, no arguments there. We started here, touched beautifully here, touched beautifully here, touched beautifully here, couple of legs up, hidden second entry short, whammo, just made a new low, bounce, 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 bounce up. So for me, it's a no-brainer. So if we can get another one down here, I'll take that as well, because I'd still like to think we're at least going to make another leg up. Is that the open, is it? No, it's not, is it? What's this for? What have I done? What have I done? 230's here, isn't it? Let me have a look. What have I done here? 230. Right, there's a doji there. Okay. There's the market open. Lock. Let me just check that. 230. That was there at 230 doji. Okay, so yes, funnily enough, look. That's where I think it's going to get to. Measured leg, but certainly there. To retest these. Maybe higher. Who knows? Come on, give us a second entry. Or even a failure. The only problem with the NQ, it can be a bit too quick at times. There's a lot more volume in the NQ, isn't there, I think? I don't think it's going to give us a chance. I know that doesn't the point system different, isn't it? I'm assuming it trades price action exactly the same way. It's just the point system's different, I believe, isn't it? Okay, possible second entry long. Don't know why this does this.
Order submitted.
Come on, close down here. Come on, close. Close. $20 a point. Okay, so that's $80 a contract then, isn't it? Yeah, I'm assuming. Oh no. So how does that work with Apex then? Or is it different? Because so a contract's $20 a contract. So you can trade more contracts. Is that how it works? I don't think it's going to get down here, unfortunately. Come on. One leg, two legs, come down here. That'd be beautiful. Yeah, I should have waited a little bit of that. Should have had the confidence in it. Come on. It's just the way that came down a little bit bearish there, and then I just thought, earlier, that there'd be no reason for that necessarily. It doesn't have to come down because it has played out. And as we had this bounce and strong push up, I'm thinking that there's going to be buyers in this market. And it pushed up strongly. So this is going to touch there. or the measured leg. I expect it to pop out a bit. Let's get rid of that.
Order cancelled.
So 1 leg, 2 leg. There we go. Touch right on there. I'd prefer the measured leg though. See, if I'd on a demo, I'd have left that and put me order somewhere around about here, just shy of that measured leg. I really wholeheartedly, look at that bang right on it. I really wholeheartedly love these measured legs. They're so accurate. And if I'd have left that there and put it a couple of ticks this side of it, that would have been 4 points comfortably and some change. I need to get confidence in my thought process. For me, that was a bounce, that was. Sorry, mate. £20 per point on average is out the same as the yes, because you tend to get more points in the same move. I might have a move over to it when I'm not trading. Just have a look. I'm assuming I'm assuming it's the same characteristics, isn't it? It's human behaviour ultimately, isn't it? So it should be the same. I wish I'd have had the confidence to leave that now. Can move a little differently, but yeah, they're pretty close. Yeah, out of interest, I'll go and have a look. Same trading hours, I'm assuming, isn't it? What is the Nasdaq opposed from the ES? Is that more tech stocks? Is it? I'm not too familiar with it. I suppose you could trade anything really. You could even trade some sort of Far Eastern ones, couldn't you? So you could trade different hours. That looks nice. Very nice. Touch, 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 touch. Yeah, that looks alright, that. In fact, let's change the colour, make it nice and pretty. Orange, there we go. Yeah, 2 perfect legs up, that was. So, this trend channel, lovely trend channel, that. Fitting really nicely. In fact, if I'd have been watching it here, I'd have 100% taken that trade. I think that was a cracker. Second entry short. And I love the fact that it's pushed up once, pushed up again, finished beautifully and bearish. That's another really nice trade, that is. I'd have taken that for sure, especially on the underside. In fact, yeah, on the underside of this, the open. That's nice, that. See, although it's not technically a second entry, it still pushes up, isn't it? We push up, we come back down, we push up again, end up beautifully and bearish. I suppose that's a trade that some experienced traders may take. I mean, we're clearly coming down, aren't we? We've had a push up, hit the EMA, came back down, pushed up again, hit the EMA, came back down, ended up beautifully and bearish. I wouldn't be surprised if Mac measures that as 2 pushes up. But that was a lovely looking bar, right in a beautiful place. That's a trade all day long for me, that. Yeah, in fact, I might have a go on a sim out of hours, actually. Well, out of my normal streaming hours, just for the fun of it. It'd be nice to have a go at something. Oh, no, really. No. Yeah, it's almost gone into a little bit of a range here, isn't it? Push open straight up. Yeah, see, if I'd have had that drawn there, then I may have had a little bit more confidence. What got me thinking going along was that lot. And then obviously when I zoomed out, I noticed it here as well, but just the way it bounced off there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom. But if I'd have drawn this range here, then I think I'd have had a little bit more confidence in leaving that, because that's quite likely going to get up here somewhere. It's quite a nice flowing chart today, isn't it? There's some nice fluid movements, a little bit of sideways here, but then we had a nice, beautiful looking trend down there, really clear break, nice low, and then a reversal. And that's nice as well. Lovely second entry along there. And look, if you'd have had this channel drawn, a range drawn, look at that moving beautifully. It's quite a clear day today, actually. I'm a bit gutted I was at the dentist because I'd have 100% taken that. Hey, James, how you doing? How you doing? No Sam today, or is he streaming, is he? I didn't know whether he'd be streaming today. I think he went to see Ed Sheeran last night, I think. Somewhere in Scotland. So I thought he might be suffering today. Interesting. Interesting. Is there any reason for it to stop there? See how it's congested there? Look left. Weird, isn't it? Definitely, these areas of support and resistance. I don't hear Mac mention them, but I learned a lot about support and resistance when I was learning to trade currency. And we draw our chart straight away. We'll take away these bars and we'll draw onto like what do they call them? Just not bars. Just it's like a line, isn't it? And then we'll draw support and resistance lines all the way down. It's amazing where they stall. I mean, it's been going up, one push up, little pull back, one push up, load of sideways, look left, load of sideways. It's really surprising how they, even on a smaller scale of scalping like this, it doesn't really matter what time frame you're trading, really. It still has the same, sort of characteristics as where things stall. So I suppose our next target then is up here somewhere. I've got to start having confidence in my trades. Yes, as soon as it broke below that line, straight back up, straight back up, straight back up. In fact, nothing closed below that line and then looked sideways. We had that bearish bar which closed, but then straight back up, nice and strongly. So as soon as it broke below that line, straight back up. Same there, 1, 2, and then we start getting bullish. Then off Off to the races, as the big man says. Yeah, if we can get another second entry long off here, I'll be interested in going long again. I'm thinking up at the moment. Let's have a look. See if it bounces here. Oh, there's another gap there, isn't there? It's gone from here, because if it goes up, if it stops here and goes up, which it has done, that'd be... Oh, no. No, it doesn't look right, that. Something's not right there. Surely if it goes here and pushes up, that'd be green, wouldn't it? Yeah, so this is clearly an uptrend, isn't it? Clearly. Fitting really nice. Touched a few times up there, touched there, close enough there. And I'd rather have a second entry long here, and then I'd be interested in... God, I was just looking at that then. It's usually 2 points there. That ATR is incredibly low, isn't it? It's not often it's below 2. How compressed that chart is, and they're only 2 points, look. Reload chart, my counters look different. Okay. Consider it done, mate. Oh, it's loaded. It's loaded. Any better, mate? Might be mine. Is that any better? See it changed, yeah. I can't see anything different really in mine, mind you. Sometimes they do change. In fact, I've changed it before. I've taken your last bar was doji bar. Oh, okay, so it's changed a bit, is it? Yeah, okay. Hopefully if we can get another... The fact that that measured legs there and this may cause that to bounce up a bit and come down another go. So hopefully we may get a second entry long here come back. I was going to say something then. What was it? Oh yeah, I took a trade, a really nice trade over here somewhere, maybe 6 months ago, and I reloaded my historical data, and it turned it from a nice bar into a doji, and I hadn't noticed. And when I posted me charts, I got slaughtered for people saying, "Why did you take that long on a doji?" That's the only side. If you ideally you want to be doing that first thing, not changing after you take loads. Luckily, everything looks okay. That looks about as bullish as you can get. That's as bearish as you can get. So that turned into a really nice trade, actually. I lost my bottle a bit when that came down a bit, just in case. But there's no reason for that to come down again, especially after it bounced so many times there. If you were going to go long, or the market was going to go up, that would be the place to do it. And I should have just, as soon as it had that push up and very slow pullback, and then up again and another pullback, and then really bullish. Now come down again. Come on. It is frustrating when you pretty much know where it's going and you get something like that, which is a really small signal bar. What is that? 1.25. It is tempting somewhere just to maybe drop something in here and risk half a point for what you're pretty sure is going to happen. But just wondering whether there's going to be any. There may be a few shorts there because of this open. The closing with the open. See how it's stalled a little bit there. Maybe a few shorts in there. We'll see if that breaks above it. If it moves swiftly. Because that two legs has played out, isn't it? And that's closed below the measured move and below the open. So that may have attracted somebody. I don't know. Has anybody gone from the Apex trade copy to Replicanto? Do I need to get rid of, because I know if you open this, all these things, I didn't set them. There's something to do with Replicanto, with the trade copier. So I'm just not sure. Have I got to delete the trade copier, the Apex trade copier, before I use Replicanto? I might have to, if someone doesn't know, I don't really want to say to Apex, how do I delete yours so I can install Replicanto? Yeah, if we break above here, that big bar there, I think we might have a quick little push. Yeah, sometimes when it goes really slow like this, it's almost like a slow build-up, isn't it? That's why I think we might get a bit of a push if it does break above there. Very slow, isn't it? It's like nobody's doing anything by waiting with a buy order above there. So there may be some stops and some buy orders because it's gone really slow, isn't it? You notice sometimes it does that. It probably just trickle above it now, won't it? But sometimes where everything goes really slow and hardly anything moves, and then boom. Definitely finding some resistance there. I used to have a little order, which I used to drop in above there when it used to stall quite a bit with just a point. It's gone very slow, isn't it? Very slow. Hopefully, get another second entry long, I'll take that. So I don't know why I need a measured leg. I can work out exactly where it's going to fall here if it does come down. It's just some resistance there. There's no reason why it should necessarily stop and not go up. There's just a bit of resistance. And you might not want to buy here, really, mightn't you? It's doing that. But if it pulls down to here, then you may buy, which then may push it up, because I'm guessing there's going to be some shorts there. There may even be a few there. Because especially this one's closed below this open. There's no reason why it can't go higher. And I think if it does push above there, it's going to do it pretty quickly. Which is why if we can get a second entry, I'll be interested in that. Come down a bit more. Come on. Yeah, and again. And again. Come on. One more. Come on. Down, down. It's really slow, isn't it? That's better. Now if we can get a break down here somewhere. Trouble is, if it does go up, it'll go up quick, I think. Come on, come down. Come down. No, it's just going to go in it. Typical. Typical. I suppose a lot of people will just be waiting for it to come back and buy in. There is some there, maybe. One, up you go. It's where you put your stops. I've heard Max say before, at least one stop, at least one tick. It's going to burst in a minute. Okay, maybe. Something's brewing. So there's probably going to be some there. Oh, I don't know. I'm shutting up. It's going really slowly and stagnant, is it? And it usually moves pretty quickly when that finishes. And I think it's going to pop up quick. I thought it might do above there, but it's just the way it's acting. It does this, it seems to go really slow, and then wallop. Frustrating thing is when it goes slow like this, it does move fast. It's frustrating because even if you've got maybe a stop there with a 2-point stop, I don't know how many times I've had it where it eats straight through those and you end up losing 4 points or something like that. I did a trade here, was it a couple of months ago? I was going long and it dropped like a stone and my 3-point stop ended up about 5.5 points, which is bloody frustrating. Push. I'd say there's definitely going to be some there. Let's make another prediction that it's not going to come true. certainly expect it to get up here, if not make a new high. Or even possibly have another leg. Can it do that, do you think? One leg up, correction, another leg? Who knows? Something's brewing, isn't it? Doesn't go this slack for no reason. Yeah, this isn't finished yet, is it? Definitely not. Okay, the only other place I can see that it's trying to take out is here. It's going slow for a reason, isn't it? It's creeping up. Or it's going to come crashing down and take out possible long positions. I don't think it is. I think it's going to make a new high. Certainly pop above here sharpish, I think. Really slow, really slow. Boom. Oh yeah, it could be just a really slow grind to the top. I know sometimes when you watch the markets and it does this really slow, and then it'll go slow and slow and slow, and all of a sudden you'll get a quick violent movement. And it's like preparing you for something. It's bouncing off there. ATR is very low today. No, nothing really. Come on, market, you're making me look bad. I'm gutted I was never here for that. Another lovely trade there. We notice these really nice trades as well really go nice, don't they? If you look back at the really nice trades, they just really go lovely. Look at that one, beautifully straight down. It's not as much as you think. It's because the ATR's low. Okay, I'm just going to take a quick few-minute break. I'm going to make myself a quick cup of coffee and I'll be back. Okay. What have I missed? Not a lot, really. Touch, 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 touch. Not an attractive place to buy here, really, is it? Straight back. Look at that bounce again off the open. Okay, so we've had an overshoot. Now what's going to happen? Because it could try and get a bit higher, couldn't it? It does make you wonder sometimes. Tick by tick, sometimes it'll make it right there. And I'm thinking, who is buying there, surely? You're thinking everyone will be selling, wouldn't you? But sometimes it's weird how it'll just come back and just go a bit more. Sometimes when you think it can't go up anymore, up it goes. Okay, short-term trend channel break. Are we going up or are we going down? I certainly don't want to be going long just yet, I think, at the moment. Could certainly go up a bit more. Short-term trend channel break. It's gone really slow, is it? I mean, it can't be lunch, can it? It's only 12 now, New York time. It's been going like this for quite a while. So we've had this overshoot. Can just have an overshoot this side to match, can't it? And then carry on, but or it could be a reversal. But as it's come down here, so this obviously someone's buying. Lunch days are over. I think. It's just too risky to go long here, really. Although it might go long. We've had a break, but we haven't had a new low. I'd still like to make a new low, really. Because the trouble is, if you go long on something like here, it might tick above it, a couple of ticks, come back down, bounce off here with a new low, and then go back up. Certainly doesn't look like it's finished going up, does it? I mean, there's certainly distance for it to go. Hey, Lead and Lose, how you doing, mate? How are you doing? Sorry, I was late this morning. I did mention yesterday I had to have a root canal today, so I did say that I wouldn't be streaming normal time. I'd just sort of turn up and click stream, and you'd get a notification if you were. This seems bullish as frack. You can swear on this channel, mate. I give you permission. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's finished, does it? I mean, we had a strong push down, but as soon as we got to the bottom of this channel, or the the official open, it stopped in its tracks, didn't it? And pushed up some more. But I've been caught going along here. I haven't trapped. Just testing the opening print from bottom sellers. It's a bit above me, that, mate, I'm afraid. Definitely plays a part of that open, doesn't it? No argument there. I remember you didn't mention a PPT appointment. Yeah, I was just chilling on 5. So how's he doing today? Is he all right? Is he? I thought he doesn't usually, because he still works, doesn't he, full time? I'm pretty sure he's in the oil business. Up in Scotland up there. He doesn't usually trade but around about the time I finish, actually, around about the 5:30 mark. Whether he's got some time off. I think he usually looks in, doesn't he, when he's at work, I think. He's all right, green for the day. Good. That's what we like. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's finished, does it? Someone's buying. Oh, there it goes. Look. So where are we going to go now? Are we just going to retest this level up here, or these highs? That's going strong, isn't it? So here's our high of the day. There so far. See, people are still buying, aren't they? I mean, usually if you look at this, you would think that would be the last place you want to buy, but someone is. Somebody is. Yeah, is this a place to come down? Common sense, you would think. Look where that is now. Would you want to buy there? I mean, just looking what we got there. Let's say we end that bearish bar there. Would you want to buy there, or would you want to sell there? You would think the natural thing to do would be to sell there. But sometimes it'll tick below and then keep on going. Sometimes these markets do things that I just can't put my finger on. They're so predictable a lot of the time, but sometimes they just do the things that you expect least to do. But obviously you have to take into consideration different time frames can look quite different, can't they? What might look a precarious place to go along here might look quite different on a 10,000 tick chart or an hour chart or whatever, 4-hour chart or whatever they're trading. Hey DJ, how you doing, mate? How are you? Oh, something. See you there. Measured move around 4049. Measured move from where? Where have you done your measured move from? I'm assuming it's not from here. Hello, Angela. How are you? I missed you earlier. No, you didn't. I was at a dental appointment. I had to have a root canal. So I was falling asleep in the dentist chair. So I only literally got in about, what time is it now? Oh, an hour and 20 minutes ago. I could see you back. I forgot about your appointment. Yeah, I nearly did as well, actually. I like to run around panicking. All good, though. Just starting to get my feeling back. I've just got a little bit of tingling in my top right lip. But I'm all good. I've got to say that was I'm the reason I went to the dentist for that was a painful injection. It felt like it hit a nerve. It certainly brought tears to my eyes. So you haven't missed much. I took 2 points out of that. Lovely trade. That one, in my opinion, it was. When we had that bar come around, lost my bottle. For me, that was actually a good trade, I think. Just the way it bounced a bunch of times there on there. For me, that was going up all day long, the more I look at it. And it was a lovely second entry long, nice and bullish. But it just took a bit of time to go up, and I came out for break even, unfortunately. I turned into a coward just for a little while, I admit. Yeah, sometimes you're going to have confidence in your trades. To be honest with you, I saw that bounce, and I saw that bounce a bunch of times, and nothing closed, which tells me we've had the break and new low. That means we're moving in the other direction. And then when I looked over, I saw it did very similar there. It did close below, but as soon as it did that, it rocketed up. So it's obviously using that as support. And then I just drew this as trend channel, range channel, and for me, then we're on our way up. But unfortunately, I'd already bottled it by then. See, look at that. See what I mean about that? You would think that would be the natural place to short the market, right close to the top. You don't want to push your luck, do you? But look at that. It came down, then rocketed straight back up. So that now has hit the top. So let's see what that happens. Would you buy here? I wouldn't. Someone is. Yeah, see, yeah, so you would think that would be the natural place to take a couple of points, wouldn't you? We had the same sort of thing here. Came down strongly, pushed up again. Thought that might actually, but that's actually literally ticked. And if you look back, well, we go further back. Yeah, we got a body touch. And a touch. Hopefully my runner will survive. You're not in a runner again, are you? So where did you, how many points are you up to now? Where did you come from? Did you go from here, did you, or did you go further down? Please tell me you didn't go from here because I bottled it. I know where you took it from. There we go. Measured move from there to there. Okay. Yeah. Touch. Okay. One leg up. Second leg. Whether it'll get there or not, I mean, it's clearly constantly pushing, isn't it? It's definitely grinding. So, judging by this measured leg and here, I'd say quite likely we're going to have a new eye. Oh, that's not your measured move. It's the only one I can see, mate, to be fair, unless you've got two small ones. I can't see a natural place where there's like a fold. I mean, it looks like there's a leg there and a leg there. Maybe a leg there. In fact, there may be. So I can see there's a leg there, which looks like it, and another leg. No, that doesn't right. No, I can't see it. That looks like a leg to me. I can't see where there's two separate legs in there. Maybe there and there, but it didn't. You could possibly say there. there to there and there to there. That's a possible one. One leg, two legs. We've had sort of two pushes up, a little bit of sideways, back to the EMA, one push, two push. But it's right at the top of the market. There's not much room there, so certainly not an attractive place to buy. Double top at 404. 447, so around about here, aren't we? Somewhere in the middle. Somewhere in the middle. Yeah, there's sort of like two legs there. There's sort of two legs here as well, but it's a little bit more of a leg, that. Maybe not. Maybe not. It closes here, a little push above and then back to the middle. Yeah, that looks like two legs. Two legs, a little bit sideways and two legs again. So we've got here, here or here anyway, so it's going to be somewhere around here, isn't it? Yeah, Angela mentioned sort of right in the middle, so yeah, somewhere around about there. So you've picked somewhere nice and safe right in the middle. So is the NASDAQ a little bit more fluid than this, is it? In fact, you say it was faster moving, didn't it? I don't know what the figures are, how much goes through this in a day compared to the NASDAQ. So you took it about here, did you? Breakout, pullback type thing. I'm assuming you took it about there, didn't you? Or somewhere around about here. Did you say? BRB. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Yeah, it did sit a couple of times on the official open, didn't it? To be honest with you, when it was pushing up there, it did look like it was trying to go high, especially after this. But we did have a bit of an overshoot, and sometimes that can result in a reversal. But sometimes it just does the opposite on this side, which it did, and then pushed up again. But there wasn't necessarily a setup there. Let's have a look. No, that's a new low. There wasn't really a setup there, but it doesn't mean to say you can't nip in here for a small risk and see if it goes up. I mean, if you think it's going up to here and you take a small, I mean, really, the bars are really small at the moment. I mean, even if you took that one, it's 1.5 points, isn't it? And even if you can get up to here, halfway up, you've got your money back. You've covered your risk, should I say. I ended it. Got to take a dump. I apologise to the ladies, ladies out there. My apologies, Angela. I'll apologise. I'll apologise on behalf of Osam. Just try and pretend you can unread it. Hello from I did Lafte. Is that how you say that name? No worries. Welcome. Yeah, I just noticed on my phone that you've just subscribed. Nice to see a UK trader trading the S&P instead of the Dow 30 from Los Angeles. Hello. I've got a training buddy in Los Angeles, Marlon. I don't know if you know Marlon or you've come across Marlon, do you? I chat to Marlon now and again. He's Los Angeles originally. I think he's from Armenia originally, but he trades out of Los Angeles at the moment. So, yeah, welcome. One's assuming the weather's nicer where you are. It's pretty grim outside, 14 degrees C and cloudy. Angela, no worries. You've probably heard it all before, haven't you? You'll have heard it all before. Los Angeles sounds quite glamorous. Okay, it's bounced 3 times after raining today. Oh, is it really? That's it. Bad luck. Bad luck. Yeah, we are getting warmer here slowly, very slowly. In fact, we had the best summer on record this year. I think we had about 42 degrees centigrade, up from 38 degrees. So it was. I was actually out in it as well. It was a really hot day, I've got to say. But you know, we don't usually. We're pretty boring over here. We don't have any deadly snakes. We have no deadly spiders. We don't have earthquakes or tornadoes. It's quite boring over here. In fact, where was I read the other day? San Francisco had an earthquake, didn't it? And there was a bad tornado somewhere. A few people killed. God, Bennett, you suffer over there, don't you? No, we don't get nothing over here really that can do you any damage. Nothing deadly. No, nothing really. I can remember 2 earth tremors in my lifetime, but you can barely hear them. So yeah, I suppose we're lucky. Well, I say pretty boring, but we're probably lucky in a way. It can't be nice living in an area where you may get a tornado. It's got to be terrifying, isn't it? Especially if you've got kids. All we have is yeah, exactly right. But I can't. I don't know. I don't know how you guys cope over there with kids when you got things like tornadoes and that. Oh, it'd be terrifying. And even guns as well. We don't have them over here. I've never seen one. I spent a bit of time in the reserves, not long, but you just don't get them here. You never see them. Sometimes the odd air rifle, but nothing. Yeah, we're quite dull over here. They don't let us do anything. So, possible second entry long. Do I want to go long here? It's bounced 3 times off the underside. Brick houses with the basements. You're from Florida. I've been through 7. Have you really? No, we get nothing. We get nothing like that. Nothing at all. In fact, I forget where it was now. Where was it? I watched you had one maybe a year ago, and there was a couple of live internet cams, and I watched them, and it was quite terrifying actually. So I mean, that's just from watching it, but I know you've had some devastating tornadoes and floods and hurricanes, haven't you? It must be horrible, I've got to say. You know, it's okay when you see it on there, but you don't quite grasp it. And that's not to mention 9/11. You guys have had your fair share of shit, I will say. That was absolutely horrendous. I remember actually seeing it live. I'd come home early from work and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I've got to say, I really couldn't. But no, I mean, we went through the Second World War, but obviously it was a bit different then. People were sort of used to it, I suppose, a bit more. But, you know, in this day and age, you don't think things like that can happen. You know, Western world, you know, we've got a lot of freedom, but we stick to our rules, we stick to our laws, we've got our freedoms, and it's hard to believe things like that can actually happen. And when they do, it's a complete stunner, isn't it? It's a complete shock. But it's the families and the kids, isn't it? That's can't bear thinking about. It's horrendous, isn't it? It's always actually really, I mean, I don't want to get too much into it, but it's always stunned me how little life's worth to some people. You know, how one man will treat another, even men, women, you know, but what one human being will do to another, how far things will go. It's just, I've always found it unbelievable, and how little life's worth in some places. I do feel sorry for people, especially with kids, and that live in some of these places that, you know, have spent years and years in war zones. It must be horrendous. Yeah, something changes in you, doesn't it, when you become a parent? Shocking, it really is. Market is still trying to go up, isn't it? I mean, would you want to be buying here? Somebody is. Look how strong that bar is. So now a lot of your houses, I mean, everything's brick over here. We've only recently started building timber frame houses, only recently. But you'll have a timber frame inner and you'll have a brick skin. But everything, you look around everywhere where I live, or anything, everywhere I've ever lived, it's all brick, all brick. We don't have no wooden houses. And our houses are smaller than your guys, that's for certain. We know how to cram small things into small spaces. That's a lovely looking trend, that is. And that one is. It's market's moving nice and smoothly today. It's. Is there any news today? Why is it slow? There was some medium impact news. Not that I know of. I don't think so. I'd usually have it on my charts. Sometimes it does go a bit like that. There may be some traders, institutional traders on lunch. I suppose a lot of people mention that. That may have something to do with it. But we are coming to the tops, so there's probably a lot less traders. I mean, we're all sat here watching, aren't we? You don't want to be going long here. Do you want to be going short here? It's hard to say. If you look at that, there's a possible measured leg which may take us up to here. It's possible we may break the high of the day. So it's just a precarious place to go long or short at the moment. And if we're thinking that, then there's a lot of other traders not doing anything, which probably contributing to why it's going a little bit slower. But I think if we can break somewhere, maybe break out of here and push up and come down a bit, then things might start to move a little bit. That's my take on it anyway. But there's been plenty of movement today. You know, there's been a fair amount of movement. It's just sort of running out. It's running to the top here, so it's hard to say. I'm long, are you? You're long. It's going a little bit sideways here, so we get a break here, then something may happen. Whether it will come retest and then come down, or whether we'll keep on. Sometimes they just keep on going. You know, I could close this chart now and come back, and it might be up here this afternoon. You just don't know. We've had a small tick below there. Let's push it up again. So this'll. Let's see what happens here. See, if you were going to go along, that would be the place. Not necessarily it's a good setup, but just the way that's sitting. See, we could have like a little push up, a little bit of sideways, another push up. That will take us up here. I wouldn't be shocked if that happened, actually. Could have something like that. Push up, sideways, push up. Looks toppy. Yeah, it's a little bit uncertain, isn't it? So I'm assuming, is it laughter? I'll say that, laughter. I'm assuming you went around here, did you? Or I suppose that would be the. I mean, it wasn't a fantastic setup, but if you think we're going along, which it seemed to, it's certainly around here, isn't? Maybe a place where you may want to jump in. See if it's going to push up higher, that I think would be a natural place to do it. Right at the bottom of the trend channel, right where it meets the EMA, that would be a perfect place to trade from if it was going to continue to go higher. I'm just drawing that just out of curiosity, just to see if my thought process is what others are thinking. And the same thing where you push up sideways, push up sideways, push up sideways, push up sideways, push up sideways. I'm expecting another push up. Certainly, maybe this measured leg or highs of the day, but that would be the natural place to take a long. Let me think. First entry, there's the failure, nothing really. And there's a new low. It's not really, there's not really two legs or anywhere, but just the way that's sitting. If we're going to continue to go high, which it clearly looks like we're going to, that would be the perfect place to launch from. Right where the EMA, I mean, we've got this little sideways, which is the low there, and we've got the EMA, and we've got the trend channel, so that would be the natural, well, the perfect place to take off. It's almost like the perfect storm, isn't it? So if it can get above here, then I think this is somewhere around here as our target. You're short. I don't think it's ready to go short yet, personally. I think we need to go a little bit higher. Whether we'll continue high, but just the way this is constantly grinding up, especially after that, I think this is, we're going to break higher next, personally. Push up sideways, come back to the EMA, then push up again. I'll be surprised if this candle or the next one doesn't break up, but that to me is where it would take off from. It's sort of like the perfect place in a way, isn't it? But not that there's a setup there, just where it is. Interested if we break below this. I'm just wondering where will anyone gone long in there. So I mean, even if you went long above it, it hasn't triggered anyway. But it just doesn't look like it's ready to come down, does it? Just wondering whether it will rip apart some of these longs here. But there's no sense it's slowing down. See, we've had this overshoot, which is the same here, but we've continued to go up. So I'm just wondering whether this will break and go higher. It's certainly trying its best to push up, isn't it? I'd be interested to see what happens here. Whether this will close down here or close above the EMA. Or even in this little box here. Interesting. It's a relief. I still don't think it's ready to come down yet. Look at that, straight right there. So it's actually closed, still within this area. Yeah, I still don't think it's, I mean, it might come out now, but just the way it's slowly still grinding, it's still trying to push higher. No, I still don't think it's ready to come down. If this finishes up here, it's going to be incredibly bullish. Maybe. See, this finishes here or within this box. Target is 30. Oh, you're down here, are you? So we've had this overshoot and we've had the same here, so it may still go and break the high from here. It's hard to say, really, isn't it? I mean, this is all speculation. I'm not sure 100% what it's doing. Well, obviously you never are, but it's obviously, I think it's going to do this, but it's certainly not enough to get me to trade it. I'm not that confident. I'll just try and read it and because obviously we're studying human behaviour here, isn't it? If you can get in the mind of what people are doing, it obviously helps you make better decisions, doesn't it? But so we've obviously got this target here. So if we can break through this, then we may come strongly down. Rotation day, no break. It ain't over yet, is it? Yeah, there's certainly people buying right from here. No argument there. But are they just buying back to the EMA? Are they? Mistakenly subscribed. Trade of Apex. Mistakenly subscribed. Trade of 8. Right. So you've subscribed. You're on about with an evaluation. You've gone with Trade of 8 instead of Rhythmic. Is that what you mean, bud? Is it? I'm not sure what you mean. So you say trapped shorts. I can't see where many people would have shorted there. Well, maybe you would have done. Yeah. Ooh. I don't think there's nothing you can do because it does say there is a warning. Let me get my page up a minute. There is a warning. You could try and drop them a message and see what they say. But if I click on... Yeah, here we go. Look, I've just clicked on Rhythmic. It does say read me first. Rhythmic accounts cannot be converted to Trade of 8 accounts, and vice versa. Read me first. So you might have just got yourself in a bit of spot bother there, mate. I'm sorry to hear that. You could try and drop them a message and just say you knew and see what they'll do. Give them a sob story. It can't do any harm. Yeah, just watch that in future. Yeah, It's a bit of a ball ache, isn't it? Just try and open up a ticket with them. Just see what they say. Just apologise and say, look, please could you help me out just this once? I'm new. I'm a new customer. Tell him you've come over from, I don't know, Bullanox or something. See what happens. See what they say. It's a nice platform, in my opinion. Yeah. Yeah, just hit them with a sob story. Say you've come over from another platform. You thought you'll give them a try. Maybe they might help you out. Okay, so we've got a new high here. It hasn't broken above there, so possible lower high. I don't think I'll be taking that though at the moment. I just don't think it's ready to come down yet. Be interesting to see if there's anybody just comes down. Good thing about TradeOvate is that you can use TradingView and TradeOvate from your phone. Yeah, I've used TradingView, not TradeOvate before. I think is TradeOvate free? Is it unlike NinjaTrader? I'd be interested to see if this triggers below here. If there is some shorts there, it may pick up a few more there. And in some cases, if that did trigger, I'd be inclined to put an order above here. But I've gone into trades like that before that move really sedentary and slow, and all of a sudden, wham, it will shoot up or down in a different direction, and I've got out. I might have had a couple of point risk, and it's turned into a lot more. So I'm still, when it's slow like this, I'm staying out of it because it can sometimes react quite violently. And just because your stop says 2 points doesn't mean you'll get out within those 2 points. Many times it's taken me a lot more. As long as it keep below 444. See if this triggers below. Possibly a higher low. Maybe some shorts trigger there. I don't know. I'm staying out of it. It's just too risky, in my opinion, at the moment. Okay. Possible one leg down, 2 legs down. I mean, it has had a break, although it's an overshoot, it's a break, and it's technically made a new high. So I still don't think it's ready to come down yet. I might be wrong. Well, that might have got in some buyers, which are trapped, so it could be a bit of a double trap. Let's see who wins. kind of taxes do you pay in the UK? Nothing. There's your answer. If it's a class as a part-time job and you make some money from it, you don't pay no taxes on it because it's classed as spread betting, I believe. If it's your only job and you make money, then I mean, what little money I've made on it, it's not my main job. So, as a full-time job, I'm assuming it's the regular income tax. Depends obviously whether your class as a sole trader or a limited company. So I'm not 100% sure on that because I don't. It's not my main job. In fact, I've lost a lot more money than I've made, so certainly won't be paying any taxes for a while for me. In fact, it's almost like there is a separate range here. Let's have a look. It's possible. It's almost gone into a little bit of a range here. Let's make that a different colour. Okay, so let's see what happens. Touch, touch, touch. We've gone up. Try to go lower, try to go lower, try to go lower. You could class this as a triple test. Would you want to go lower here? Second entry long, possibly. I don't know. Look how it's rejected off there. 1, 2, 3. But it could trigger and create a failure. So whatever happens, it's risky. It's a 7-tick risk, isn't it? Capital gains tax, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I certainly have read somewhere about capital gains tax, but I'm not sure. We've gone up. We've come down once. We've come down twice. We've come down. You could say that's a triple test to push higher. Shall I take that or not?
Order submitted.
Risk, isn't it? Let's have a look. Okay. Let's see where it goes first. Let's drop it in there, see if it does push back up. It's a second entry long, triple test. No.
Order cancelled.
Let's get a buy
Order
limit
submitted.
order. See if it does end up pushing back up. Let's see if the failure triggers. Because if the failure triggers and it breaks down there, I bet there's be some longs there. Let's just see how the bar finishes out. Got a new high, trying to go once, trying to twice, failure. I mean, the failure's a bit far away from the EMA anyway, but I do like the fact that that's pushed. Trouble is, I could drop it in here and take a small risk, but if it comes down violently, tell you what,
order filled.
Take a small risk. See what happens. What is it? 39. It's a point. See what happens. I can live with the point. See if we can get something out of it. It just does look like it's trying to get higher. It's only a point risk. Trying to get so we got a bounce there, and a bounce there. Triple test. 1, 2, 3. I don't mind a point risk. Count's looking quite nice anyway. It's bouncing on top of the official open. 1, 2 legs down, push up higher. And it's only a point risk. Triple test and a second entry long. I'm only doing it because it looks like we've had one leg, two leg. It's bounced 3 times and it's only a point risk. I suppose it depends how risk averse you are, doesn't it? One leg, two leg. It looks like 2 legs back, bounced off the open, and it's done it once here. Pushed strongly off there. Just see if we can get. It's worth getting something out of it.
Stop filled.
Okay, so we got. What do we get out there? What do we get? 45. Okay, so we got a point with a very small risk. It was a point risk and a point, so it's 1 to 1. To me, it's 2 legs back. Is it a measured move? I don't know. Not far off. It's about sort of judgment, isn't it? But if you look, we pushed up, we came down, we bounced twice off there, we came down. We didn't quite hit it, we pushed up strong, we came down 1, 2, 3, and we bounced. Nothing's closed below there. Yeah, this looks like it's just trying to move higher, so I should have left that really, but what was that entry? That entry was 1, 2, triple test. We've pushed up, we've come out. 1, 2, it was a triple test. Are you still high from the anaesthesia? They don't have anaesthesia over here, mate. We don't breathe gas. I just got 1 to 1. It was only 1 point risk. That's why I took it. 1 to 1. I entered low because you see this bounce, bounce, bounce. It was a triple test for me, and I entered down here. Well, normally something like that, if you're going to take that trade, you come off here, but I entered on a limit order down here, so it was a lower risk. So let's have a look. Yeah, that's where I entered, right here. So it was a tiny risk. Let's have a look. What was the risk? Yeah, it was a 1 point risk. To me, we pushed out. We had 1, 2 legs back, and it sat right on the open, which it had done once, twice, 3 times before. To me, that was a triple test. So I got a point out of it. So let's have a look. That was the actual bar, wasn't it? But I took it on a limit order. It just looks to me like it's pushing higher. We pulled down. See, we pulled down, pushed up strongly, pulled down, pushed up strongly, pulled down. I expected it again. Let's have a look. So it was a point. Triple test. Plus 1 point. There you go. See what I mean? I wasn't the only one thinking it was a triple test. So let me have a look. I came in here, wasn't it? So yeah, it's gone up 3.5 points, something like that. Yeah, it's just we came down once, twice, 3 times. I'm not counting that one because it didn't. But as soon as it came down, it pushed up strongly. I still think we're going to make another high. There's a possible, possible. Why won't that work? There we go. 1 leg up, 2 legs up. It just looked like a triple test to me. Once, twice, 3 times. It goes higher there. That you should be the center of your pattern. I'm not sure what you mean that way. To me, we came up, we bounced, we went right up to the top, we pulled back, we pushed up. It's obviously clearly arranged, but it just doesn't look like as soon as it pushes back, it's pushing straight back up again, and look at it gone up. Obviously, there's me and a bunch of other traders that thought that was going up. and it has done. I mean, I took it after this bounce. I think I took it there. I waited for that to come back, and I thought I'll jump in here with a small risk, 1 point risk, and I took it. It was a lovely big bullish bar, and it came down there, pushed below, pushed straight back up, which it had done there, and there. So for me, that was a slightly more aggressive trade, but it was worth the risk, and I got 1-to-1 from it. The reason I got out, I would have normally sat in there, but sometimes when the market goes that slow, it can move erratically. And I was in a trade like this a few weeks ago long, and it shot down and took me out for a lot more than my risk. So there you go. That's what I was expecting. After this, 1 leg down, 2 legs down, and off the same area. So 2 legs down for me, triple test, and right off today's official open. And I'm pretty sure that's going to break, make a new high, and certainly run out that second leg. So that's what I thought that was going to happen. It looked to me, 1 leg, 2 leg. It's surprising the power of legs. They really make a difference. If you can identify these legs, 1 leg, 2 leg, bounce 3 times, triple test, off the open, very small risk. For me, it was worth it. And then look what happened. Pushed up 2, 4, 6, 6.5 points. It's just the way it came down, rejected straight off, came down again. To me, you know, I don't know, it's maybe how I read the charts, but to me it was a good place to take a trade from. Yeah, sometimes they are going to be a little bit risky, but if you look there, touch, it's a triple test for me. Not only was it a triple test, after 2 legs down, it was a triple test with a point risk, which I can deal with. And that's going to go right up here, I reckon. Let's have a look. So what did it go from here? This is where I came in. So yeah, it's gone up 6 odd points. Yeah, DBK entered low here just to lower my risk. I waited for it to trigger above there, but I didn't want to take it there because I would prefer to take my triple test if I take them with the body sits on top of there. So it was a little bit more riskier, which is why I let that come down and just jumped in here, because I don't mind risking $100. Because if it worked out, which I thought it was going to, it would have made $600. I came out because all I really wanted to do was just to try and make a 1-to-1, which I did. But it's pushed right up. Look at that. It's touched right on that measured leg. So we got 1 measured leg there and a second measured leg there, and it went right up and ticked it. So if you can sort of get what's going on with these measured legs, they're really powerful. 1 leg, 2 legs. That was 2 legs back and a triple test. It sat right on here for me. That was going up all day long. Well, no, that's probably slightly overconfident. Which is why I got in on a limit order, because it was a little bit more risky. But if you just look at it, push up, break, 2 legs down, triple test. But I mean, you've got to make your own decisions, haven't you? Sometimes, you know, I mean, like Mackle says, you might, if you're a little bit more risky or you're a little bit more aggressive, you might take that there. But I don't take them willy-nilly. I've usually got a, you know, reasonably good idea what's going on. So yeah, I mean, look at that. I drew that measured leg up there, 1 leg up, and it went up right to the nearest tick, touched it, and look. So this just didn't look like it was ready to come down to me. 2 legs back, and off it went. I'm now trading on my phone. Well, I never tried on my phone. I do a little bit of swing trading with Bybit on my phone, but I just spot trade. I don't really risk anything. I just, you know, I'll usually wait for Bitcoin to drop 5% in a day or something, and I'll just buy I don't know, $500 with it or something like that, and I'll just wait for it to go higher a bit. maybe 10% or something like that, and then I'll just take my profits. And the good thing is, if it does happen to drop, you just keep hold of it a bit longer and it'll eventually go back up. So oh, yeah, talking about that, Bitcoin's gone up 5% today. Fantastic. See, a lot of people think Bitcoin's going up, don't they? But there's a guy I follow, and he was looking at a chart, and he was comparing the types of holders that are investing, and the up to 10 Bitcoin holders and below have been investing, but the 1,000+ Bitcoin holders, in other words, the whales, haven't been. They're waiting for it to come down. So, no. So that's the only thing I do on my phone, really. So, yeah, but look at that. See, straight up came out, touch right to the nearest tick. Yeah, that's the thing. See, I've got an iPhone, but it's an iPhone. It's a Pro. It's not the Pro Max. And I've got a mate who's got a Pro Max, and it's a lot easier to sort of deal with something like that. They're a little bit bigger, aren't they? But I'm hoping Apple come out with a foldable one so you can get slightly bigger screen, but foldable in a smaller package. Twice it's gone up to hit that measured leg. Fingers crossed for you, mates. You want a grower. You want a grower. I'm not sure what you mean there, bud. You want a grower. I'm not sure what you mean. You might have to enlighten me a little bit there, bud. Let's leave a minute, actually. I wish I'd have kept that now. Did you have to fill in? Yes, I did, mate. I only fill that in when I got a payment, because you have to fill it in because they pay it into the deal account. So when you sign up for a deal account, you've got to do it. Just fill it in. It's pretty straightforward. I think you put your passport number in, and that's it, really. But until I've even broke even, obviously it's gonna cost you a lot to learn to trade, or what you're gonna lose and stuff. So, I mean, in the UK, even as a sole trader, you're not going to pay a penny tax until you've at least got all your money back and you broke even. So which is why I've not really paid too much attention to the tax at the moment, obviously, because all this sort of stuff, all the investments and that, are all your overheads. Close my laptop now, turn off my phone in the living room. Are you really? No, I never had a go at that. See, if I'd have had me confidence there, I could have rode that to the top. Same with that one. The more I look at these trades, the more I think they're all right. How can you even look at price? Oh, on the on your phone. I suppose it depends how good your eyesight is, doesn't it? Okay, so that's not been a bad day. It's not been a bad day. I'd say it's likely we're going to make a new high. Oh, we have done. Tell a lie. Yeah, we have done. But look at that, once, twice. Interesting to see where this closes, but you can see how these measured legs play a massive part in where market's likely to get to. One leg up, two legs up. See how it's closed right there. which is why I took that after this bounce. Here it's in your popcorn. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes, I don't know, sometimes you... Do you know why I just took 1 point? Because sometimes when markets are doing this and they go really slow, sometimes they can move dramatically. And I did a trade a week ago. I took a trade, I went long there and it shot down. I can't remember if it shot up or shot down, but it went through my stop and took me out for a couple of extra points. So, which is why all I was planning on doing there is jumping out close to the EMA somewhere and just, just making something. And I got 1-to-1, yeah. I mean, for me, we had this push up, we'd had a break. We'd had a little overshoot, which compensated, but it still tried to go higher. And then we had 1 leg down, 2 legs down, and it bounced 3 times. And I took it on the second bounce, I think, around about here. It came down, went up, came down a bit more, and I jumped in around this line here because I'm not prepared to take a risk here because I would prefer to see that bit of the body there sat on top of here like this. See that? It's done it once, it's come back up, it's done it again. That would be a perfect triple test sitting somewhere here. For me, it's gone up, it's come bounced, and bounced, triple test, and then I would expect it to move higher. It was just a little bit too much of a risk for me. It wasn't massive, it was a couple of points. It was 2 points, so tick above, tick below. It's still 2.5 points. It was a total risk of a point there, so I'm happy to risk that. And I got 1-to-1 anyway, which is a good ratio. So, but yeah, hindsight's great. Same with that one. That was a second entry long. For me, we'd had this channel moving here. We'd had a break and a new low, and it bounced. It stopped here and it bounced a bunch of times. And I didn't have this channel drawn, this range drawn. So when I drew this range in, it bounced here. We got a body touch. So it had some resistance there, and as soon as it broke below that line there, it rocketed up. And then if you see here, now you can clearly see this is working sideways. It bounced off here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 bars, it never closed behind and then pushed up strongly. So you would think naturally that would be a place where we would get a reversal, and we had a push up. And then a second entry long right off, you call it a key entry point. It sort of fits, but it's nicely above the EMA, finishing on its high. You would think that would be a place where we go up. But it's the psychology bit, isn't it? That went up and I saw this pull back, and for a second, then I noticed this, and this, and I thought, am I getting trapped here? So I got out. But those decisions just overlooked the obvious one of a clear break and a clear low and a bunch of bounces. But like I say, I hadn't drawn that. If I'd have had this channel in there, this trend channel, then I would have left that, but I hadn't drawn that yet. So if I'd have had this, that would have made perfect sense to me pushing up. And then I'd have stayed in there and probably shit my pants around about it. Come out, I think. That was a banger of a trade. One should accept the risk. Yeah, I know, mate. I know. It's just the other day stuck in my head when it came down massively. There's probably a lot of longs in here, and sometimes when you get a lot of longs or shorts, sometimes the market's got a way of just eating you up quick. And I had a 2-point risk the other day, or a 2.5-point risk, and it got me out for 4 points in the end. So, but for me, this is just 2 legs back, and it's bounced off here 3 times, and that'll be a good place to go long. But sometimes you get the little doubts, don't you? But it'd be interesting to see if Mac picks that up as a triple test. But if you look, bounce a couple of times, bounce a couple of times, bounce 4 times, you would naturally think that would be a launch zone. But there you go. I suppose the more you do it, the more confidence you'll get. I mean, if I'd have had 20,000 quid in a pot here, then I'd have probably let that run a bit, and that one. And that's the difference between me and someone like the gorilla trader. He's a lot more experienced than me. He makes money out of it, so he'll have probably taken trades like that, and he'll have the confidence to ride them, and same there. And that comes with experience and confidence, doesn't it? With skill. the more skilled you get, the more you get belief in your trades. You know, when you start to make money, and I'm not really making money at the moment. See, so once you start to make money, then trades like this, you'll have obviously a lot more confidence in letting them run a bit. But it's all part of the trip, isn't it? So we've clearly now pushed up. We've had a break. We've made a new high. But I don't know. It still doesn't look like it's ready to come down, doesn't it? You'd think after making that new high and having a clear break and a new high, not only a break from this channel, but this one, you think if there was shorts interested in going lower, then they would have done. But maybe we could end up doing something like that. I wouldn't be shocked. And ended up doing something. Where did it open? About here, wasn't it? Ended up doing something like that. I wouldn't be stunned. 2 big pushes up, possibly. It's possible, isn't it? Touch. Who knows? In fact, it would need to move over a bit, wouldn't it? See, it fits really nice along there, doesn't it? Strangely enough. Let's see if we're thinking along the right lines. Let's find another nice pretty colour. Let's have a look. Let's go with that one. See if that helps. It's a bit darker actually. We've played it out anyway, so it doesn't really matter if it's too dark, does it? Okay. What have I just done? I thought I changed that to orange though. No, I didn't. Maybe 15. Boom. Go. Big strong push up. Correction. Maybe another push up. Who knows? Who knows whether we'll get up there? I don't know. Sometimes when it takes ages to get up here, and you think it can't possibly go any higher, and off it goes just some more. It's unbelievable sometimes. Where are we now? Yeah, I'm trading a bit later today because I only I didn't get here till long. Massive 5-minute charts. Watching paint dry, yeah, it has a bit. In fact, if you look back here from 5 o'clock, in the last hour and a half, it's done that bit there. Shocking, isn't it? In the last hour and a half. From there. Definitely slow that, isn't it? Excuse me a second, I'm just going to take a quick bathroom break. So just yabbering on there for 5 seconds. You expect that to be a huge move, but it's really not, is it? So when I entered here, it's if you're going out, it's only 7 points because the ATR is so low. Any trouble with putting these in, they can affect your decision making a bit, but we've pushed up. We've had 2 legs back and we've pushed up again. So we're clearly moving up still. I mean, we've come up. We've pushed above this. We've come back and retested it and pushed up a little more. So we're certainly bullish at the moment. Strong push up, haven't we? And then we've had a correction. You're all right, Osam. I'll see you tomorrow, buddy. See, look at that that measured move playing a massive part. Look, touch, 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 close. Look, it's definitely playing a part, isn't it? You can see how important that is. And you would think that would be there in a place to short, wouldn't you? But just doesn't look like it's even, you know, push up nice and strong. Couple of legs, push up nice and strong. Definitely seems to be more buyers in the market than sellers today. Yeah, I did start a bit late today. What is it? 22 hours 35. Usually 3 hours maximum I'll trade for. We'll trade another 10 minutes. I mean, I'm up $500 odd today, so I'm happy not taking any more trades. I'm just interested to see where it goes. Just more out of curiosity. So we've had a break, a couple of pushes up to a new high. Big bearish bar, another big bearish bar triggered. Let's see if it comes down or it goes higher. Be interesting to see if it comes up and closes at these tops. That might give us an indication that this may be valid. I'm not saying. Swing low holds at top of range. Boom, boom. Is still on. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. But guys, I got my daughter coming in. When you done, Dad? You usually finish by now. So, okay, so it's not been a bad day at all, actually. Yeah, not massive amount of points, but trades that worked. I believe that worked. That obviously was a good one. I think that was okay as well, and that one may be risky for some people, but I thought it was okay. So don't forget, this finishes tonight, the 80% off. There's my code. If you use it, it's much appreciated. But it does finish midnight Eastern Standard Time, which is in about... you guys know better than me, don't you? Let's have a look. Tell you on the front page, actually. 10 hours and 25 minutes. So yeah, okay, code's there if you want to use it, and if you have or you do, it's much appreciated. Okay, so not been a bad day at all. It's been an interesting day. It's been a bit easier to trade today. It's been moving a bit instead of just, messing around doing loads of sideways stuff. So I know sometimes if you find it reasonably straightforward to trade and to read, I think I've read it okay today. It hasn't felt like I don't know what's going on. And then you get other days where someone will get 3 or 4 trades, and I'll struggle and sometimes, it wasn't a bad read today. Other times I find it really hard. So there's no rhyme or reason, but it's worked pretty much how I thought it would today. So maybe a lucky day. Maybe it's just a bit smoother day today. So that's it for today, folks. Anyway, I will be back tomorrow for sure. Normal time. So have a great evening. Stay safe, and I will catch you all up again same time tomorrow.